Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So yeah, let us begin, shall we, ladies and gents? So, we would currently see our boy Rex as he's currently trading on the trading with the help of both his servants. Specifically, that of Valkyrie, or more specifically that of Ortland, or Ortlinda, as she would be training him on how to, use his much more lance-like form of Gungnir in a more proficient way. While training the one of his servants, specifically that of being that of our girl Yume Rin, aka Best Senpai. I will not elaborate on that, as she would say, Master, she would say. As Izuku would ask, wait, I meant Rex, god damn it. Anyway, so, as Rex would say, yeah, what is it you? As she would say, it seems that we have a servant on the loose, but I'm unable to know what kind of servant it is. But from what I felt, it would seem to be some sort of what I would call maybe an assassin, because this definitely has a higher like concealment rate. Probably something similar to that of present concealment. As after hearing that, he would say, "Wait, really? If that's the case, then we should probably start looking for it." As she would say, "I'm on it, master. With the help of Li Shuin, I was able to find out where they are, but I'm not exactly sure if they're still there. So, if you excuse me, master, as before she can leave, I meant Rex. I meant Rex." Rex would say, wait, let me just ask for some help first," he would say, as he would summon a few other servants. One of them being that of Yume Rin's husband, aka... Let me just double check. Yeah, Shang Yu. I keep forgetting their names sometimes, especially the Chinese ones. Not in a that way, but you're probably just going to interpret it in your way anyway. Heh. Anyway, as you would say, Master, what is it? As he would say, I want you to help Yume Ren with the task to locate the next servants. Apparently they're here. After learning this, he would look towards Yume Ren as he would say, very well, master. It has really been a while, my beloved. As she would say, yes, it's just really been a while, she would say, as you would have happy faces, as the other servant would also be summoned. Being that of Moriarty, as he would say, what is it, master, he would say, as he would look towards him, as Izuku would ask, I want you to help them in finding the assassin servant, or at least the servant that we currently know of, that has been causing chaos here, or at least has been located here. As he would say, very well, master. Though, do you exactly know its class? Even though it sounds like an assassin, it might be an archer or something of that sort. As he would say, yeah, I know. That's why I asked you. Since you're a ruler, it makes sense that you would probably have the ability to check its class, even its true name. As he would say, pretty obvious choice in my opinion, master. Now, let us go, fellow servants, he would say, as they would start to leave, but transforming into motes of light to disappear and would be more stealthy in this operation. As after doing so, he would, or at least Izuku, I meant Rex, god damn it, I keep saying Izuku. Oh god. Anyway, continuing on, as Rex would continue on training. getting ready for the next matches. Meanwhile, back in the. Actually, I meant to pick a different servant. Back in what seems to be remnants Mount Glen, or at least remnants of the Mount Glen incident, as you would see that of Adam, or at least what used to be Adam, from the few episodes from a few episodes earlier. If you've forgotten, Adam became the pseudo servant for that of Saber class Spartacus, which in this case, even though Saber class Spartacus is somewhat less freaking insane than his berserker counterpart that we usually see him as, but he's still freaking insane, as he's currently talking to some of his troops. And if you don't know, his master is freaking Ashia Doman. I'm not joking. Ashia Doman is basically using his freaking, corpse as a conduit for this servant, as he would continue talking to them, or at least the White Fang soldiers that are stationed with him. My brothers, my sisters, he would say, the time of oppression is now. Or at least, wait for a second. The times of oppressions are over, he would say. As after saying these words, everybody would start cheering him on, as he would use his skill, Charisma A plus. It makes sense for somebody of his stature and his legend, after all. As he would continue, after many years of suffering, torture from those oppressors, it's time. It's finally time to show them the strength that we wield. It's no longer time to be oppressed. No longer shall be chained. No longer shall we be considered as animals to those human scum. No longer shall we be slaves. As after saying these words, the group of like White Fang members that were stationed there would cheer him on, as he would say, "Now, follow me, and we shall be free." As after saying these words, they would start cheering him on, saying, "Adam, Adam," as they would thus still cheer him on for his A rank up plus charisma, as he would continue to basically be cheered on by and also praised by the White Fang members, as in the distance Doman would be controlling the strings, as you'd say. Hmm. Hmm. Such a beautiful sight. My servant is now being the one to control army. Oh, soon. I can't wait for the Holy Grail to appear. And soon, the Holy Grail War. The first Remnant Holy Grail War to begin. Starting with the destruction of Vale. You would say with a sadistic smile on his face, as also nearby was his master, Arthur Watts, as Arthur would be doing his own thing, as he's currently in a nearby area near the facility, or at least, where the monorail was originally placed, as he's currently testing out some of the, what is known as, what you call as, yes, mystic codes, I meant. As these mystic codes, which he learned about thanks to the help of Ashia Doman, being that of the caster of this war, as he would be fascinated by the idea of using magecraft, which he started learning a few days ago, with the help of Doman giving him what seems to be magic circuits, or at least that's supposed to be magic circuits. In actuality, it's just, how do I see this? You know how like magic circuits are basically just like another form of basically like veins for, or arteries, or I guess you could say a second circulatory system in the body for mages. Imagine something like that, but instead of, mana or prana or ode, instead it's what seems to be it seems to be aura. Well, aura that slowly starts being converted into ode or mana over time that he uses it. As while doing so, he would say, these mystic codes, this magecraft, truly quite the interesting thing. Especially with the idea that this magecraft was originally called magic. Or at least true magic from what I was learning from under my tutelage. Or at least the tutelage of my servant. Now, I surely can't wait to beat down that stupid fucking cunt, he would say. As doing so, he would create a reinforced hand, or at least reinforce his hand, as he would smash it towards a nearby wall, causing it to be, destroyed. As he would say, soon, General Ironwood, I'm gonna make you pay for every last humiliation. As we would go to another perspective, being that Emilcia and Melanie, I meant, which if you've forgotten, Milcia is the red one. I meant Melanie is that of the white one. I mean, both of them are white, but the dresses, I meant. As Melanie would be walking around the tournament area, as she's currently, well, selling drinks. I'm not even kidding. She's literally selling drinks. Mostly for money's sake. As also that of Junior is also there, as he's currently manning the bar with the help of his goons. Well, used to be goons. They're no longer being, or at least no longer working under a certain red-haired boy, or what I call as Mr. Gentleman Thief there, as he's also being helped by that of Marie Antoinette Alter, aka, the twins' servant. In this case, they actually lied. They basically lied to like Junior, saying that their servant, or that of Marie is that of a friend, not a servant. They do not know that she was or at least is a servant. So, as while she's basically acting to be that of a normal woman, well, normal for someone that's basically dressed like a queen, as she's currently making some drinks for some people, as they absolutely love her. You can probably guess why. As they're currently commenting saying, dang, is she having back problems with those things? God damn it. Or saying, wait, is she dating somebody by any chance? They would say, multiple comments, as Marie would say this to herself. I so want to murder them, she would say this to herself. As while saying this out, I guess you can say in her mind, whatever, masters, being that Emilcia would say, hey, don't say things like that. Besides, they're just paying customers. Just ignore them. We get those comments all the time, so, as she would say, very well, masters. But I will not tolerate any more of this disrespect ever again, she would say. As while she was currently, selling drinks, both the twins would recognize somebody nearby. They would notice that of Rex, as he's currently with his other classmates. Well, except for Walter. As while they're basically going around the stalls trying out some food, the twins would basically walk towards them, as they have a mischievous glint in their eyes. And so we'll be ending off this episode right off here, guys. So yeah, bye bye.